All right, folks, time for some tripping. Now, the town we're going to visit today is many things to many people. Some see it as a lakefront playground. Others see it as the gateway to the piney woods of East Texas. But then there are still some that see it as nothing but a highway pass-through town. Well, there's only one thing to do. That's to find out for ourselves. Conroe! Oh, work!
Oh, your transmitter.
I think I made it! I'm good! This episode was made for y'all with the help of our awesome partners. Check the caption for more info. All right, so Conroe sits right here on I-45, which is sort of the unofficial border to East Texas. Just north of town is the Sam Houston National Forest, and south by just 30 miles is Houston itself. Sideburn Sam right there. But that short distance makes all the difference in the world. Man, so as a kid, I always remember driving through Conroe, but never to Conroe.
45 north, man.
That's right, exactly. That's the perils of, being a town on the highway. But as you'll see today, there are plenty of reasons to come to this town. Because who wouldn't want to visit the birthplace of our famous Lone Star flag, which is where we're going to start our day trip. Now, many folks think Texas had just 6 flags, but it is much more complex than that. And this Lone Star Flag Park is here to educate and honor all the in-betweeners. All right, so this flag park is dedicated to all the different flags that flew in Texas between the Mexican flag and the Lone Star flag we love so much. All right, it gets a little complicated, but are you guys ready for a history lesson?
Yay, I think we're ready. Are we ready? Yeah,
okay.
We're ready.
All right, let's go. The flag of Coahuila y Tejas. It flew when relationships with Mexico were pretty good, so it's got 2 stars for the 2 Mexican states. Santa Anna completely abolishes the Constitution of 1824, so they removed the eagle and the snake from the Mexican flag, and they put 1824. That's the flag that flew over the Alamo. The first shots of the Texas Revolution were fired in Gonzales when Mexico came back to reclaim a cannon, and the Texans greatly said, "Oh yeah, come and take it." So as the relationship with Mexico went south, the Texans called for help, and they came from all sorts of different states, and these are the flags they brought with them. And now comes the time to officially declare independence from Mexico. What should fly above Independence Hall but a beautiful Lone Star? But it looks a little different than the flag we know today. Then we come to Goliad, a bloody severed arm holding a sword, standing for power and might. And judging on the bulging bicep, I think I know where they got their model.
Walk away.
See any similarities?
Just walk away.
Okay, I'm just saying. And finally, we get to San Jacinto, where Texas ultimately defeated the Mexican army and claimed independence. Flag of a beautiful lady running into battle. So now we're an independent nation, but the question becomes, what's gonna be our flag? This you may recognize. It's called the De Zavala flag. And don't you know it, the star has enough spaces for T-E-X-A-S all the way around it.
Brilliant.
Pretty good flag. This was the second flag of the Republic, but actually the most well-known, as it flew in places like Washington, D.C. It's a Lone Star, which I like, but blue and yellow for Texas? That just ain't right. And so we struggled for our flag and our identity. That is until a very special meeting was called, which I imagine went something like this.
Hold up, gentlemen. President Melbu B. Lamar presiding, and now we have called this delegation to pick a new Texas flag. Mr. Ford, you may begin.
Well, yes, thank you all. Well, I have always loved the colors red and green, and so I combined them into a flag with an armadillo holding its snake in the mouth.
Does your flag remind you of anything else? Maybe a tyrannical neighbor we have?
No, sir.
I think we're going to pass on that one. Next!
I have always been a fan of minimalism, and so my black flag.
Next!
I'll kill you in your sleep.
Okay, all right. I was thinking about heroes of the frontier, and I come up with this one here. It's of our great leader, Sam Houston, riding a unicorn. He's shooting freedom from his powerful eyes. That is the strangest flag in the history of flags. Hear me out. How about this one? Second choice, we just go with fur. Okay, I should go now? Okay.
Dr. Stewart of Montgomery, please tell me you have a better idea. Basically, it's a Lone Star.
That's what I'm talking about, Dr. Stewart. Well done. Print it. It's perfect. Leave it on the table.
Okay.
Thank you,
I'll just
Dr.
leave that.
Stewart. I still
Right,
need to
right
talk
there.
to you about that rash. All right. But next order of business, presidential foot rubs.
And so it was Dr. Stewart, a pharmacist from Montgomery, Texas, who is credited with creating the Lone Star flag. And let us all pause now to say the pledge to the Texas flag. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee. Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Now, the creation of the Lone Star flag is just one of many tales in this part of Texas. And to learn a few more, well, let's head to the Heritage Museum. Located just off the highway in a historic home, this museum is much more than first meets the eye, and this is director Sally Copley.
We have so much history in Montgomery County. You are going to see townspeople, pioneers that came through, and we are anxious to share that history.
You know, it's the stories that make history interesting, and this county has a lot of them. You know, nothing was given to the folks of Montgomery County. They had to earn their way here. So when farming was big, they were farmers. When logging was big, they became loggers. And when the oil fields came in, well, they became oil men. Tough bunch, really. But the Willis brothers moved to this area and they planted huge tobacco crops and actually did pretty well. Their cigars won twice at the World's Fair, first place. This museum loves their history, and they want you to be a part of it. They'll even provide the costumes.
Can I help y'all with anything? Potato masher? Sultana peanut butter? Sausage grinders? No.
You see, guys, with some costumes and imagination, history can be fun and also delicious, which is why we're headed to historic downtown. I mean, you can clearly look around and see the buildings are old, but my friends, the energy downtown is very new. There's a lot of cool boutiques, coffee shops, and restaurants, including the one I want to take you guys for lunch. That's the Red Brick Tavern. And if it's open, chances are it's packed, as folks fill this historic building to the brim, waiting to fill up their stomachs with everything from homemade pizza to thick-cut pork chops to all things delicious. I'm grabbing a seat and a plate with owner Debbie Glenn. Dang.
I aim to impress.
Wow,
Is that okay?
no kidding. Yeah.
These are our pulled pork nachos.
Whoa,
We actually make the pulled pork in our pizza oven.
Nice. You gotta eat some of these. Maybe I should be surprised, maybe I shouldn't, but there's actually stuff to do in downtown Conroe.
Absolutely.
That was the reputation for a while. It's kind of dead, especially after 5 p.m.
Yes,
They
they
roll
rolled
up
up
the
the street.
sidewalks, yeah.
We're trying to overcome that legacy.
Food, beer, wine, live music, firing on all cylinders here.
I think we've really cultivated just a foodie crowd
Yeah.
and music lovers. I
Okay.
think music is kind of our shtick, and that was the brainchild of what we wanted to do here. We wanted to bring good food and good music to Conroe, Texas.
This tavern and the Crichton Theater next door have hosted some incredible talent by any town's standards. But on most days, the star of this show is truly the food.
We tried to take a lot of old favorites, change them up a bit, raise the bar a little bit, put them on the table. All the ingredients are fresh. Our meatloaf is made with 3 different meats.
Okay.
Yukon whipped potatoes with a barbecue sauce on top, and some really good French fried onion on the top.
Well, that decides it for me. Order up.
So it was a tough decision, but I decided to go with a little Southern comfort cooking right here. Oh yeah. Oh yes. That's phenomenal. Mashed potatoes are on, little crispy onion straws on top of that really well-seasoned ground meat. And then over here, collard greens with almost as much bacon as greens in there, which is a good thing. That's a good thing. Man, I don't know if I've found food quite like this anywhere else in this part of Texas. Phenomenal.
All right, so we've seen the historic and delicious side of Conroe. Now to explore beyond its borders. So truthfully, Conroe is really the gateway to the piney woods in East Texas, because just as soon as you step outside the city, you're surrounded by the Sam Houston National Forest. Today, we're gonna go outside to the town of Montgomery to visit some animals that were once very plentiful in Texas, but have since become extinct in the wild. So we're heading into the woods to learn just who on the crew is afraid of the big bad wolf. And are wolves even big and bad to begin with? Well, here's Christy Guidry of the St. Francis Wolf Sanctuary to tell us more about this often misunderstood animal.
So at St. Francis Wolf Sanctuary, we actually rescue wolves and wolf dog mixes from private ownership situations where people attempted to make them house pets. Wow. And very rarely does that work out.
Blame it on movies and TV that romanticize wolf ownership. But in truth, what starts as a cute dog-like puppy soon turns into a 100+ pound apex predator.
They're expecting dog behavior out of these animals, and when that wolf behavior kind of pops out, they don't know what to do.
Ah, and that's when they call you. Say, please take my wolf.
We get 3 to 5 requests every week to rescue these animals. Wow. It's a real problem.
According to tradition, St. Francis tamed a wild wolf that was terrorizing a village, allowing the wolf and the townsfolk to peacefully coexist. And in that same tradition, this sanctuary creates a safe place for wolves and people to interact and learn from one another. This is amazing. This guy's like pure white. That reminds me of something you would see in Alaska.
Yes, and he's actually part Arctic wolf. He's a wolf-dog mix. He's mostly wolf, but has a tiny splash of dog in his recent heritage.
Like, what's a little bit of dog? Like playing fetch or something? Like...
He can actually bark, which is something that most wolves can't do.
Really? They just howl? I didn't know that. And despite the cages, they do operate as one pack. Now, each wolf is different and has different feelings about us humans. This is Raja.
Hello, baby. He's a little timid. You're okay.
I don't know if he didn't like me or he didn't like you, but that was intense.
Is it the hat? Can we put it down and that's okay?
We'll put the hat down. That's okay.
Good boy. That's
okay. I think he didn't like the hat.
And you never know what it is.
There we go. Yeah, it was you, man. Sorry.
What?
Yeah, wolves don't like you, Richie. Yep. The wolf decides if it trusts you long before you're within its immediate territory. It sees you and smells you. Can wolves smell fear? Is that true?
I don't know if that's necessarily true. Wolves sort of mirror whatever emotions that you put out. So if you're nice and calm and centered, they're going to be nice and calm and centered back.
Remember, wolves will be wolves, and we must respect that.
Just a little warning sign before you step into the enclosures. Do not put fingers through the fencing. Wolves are wild animals and may express themselves by using their teeth.
But some do seem to like us. This is Miko.
And she's just an incredible animal. We can actually go in and meet them if you'd like.
Wait, you're talking about go into the wolf enclosure?
You game?
Yeah.
She just asked you if you're game, Chet, did you?
Now, I don't think I want to be game for a wolf, so I better follow the rules. Stepping into these habitats is part of the VIP tour experience. And man, it's intense.
Oh my goodness, say hello.
Oh, Miko, look at this. Now Taylor, ooh, she's coming to say hi to you, man. I mean, I know, they're so beautiful and it's so tempting to fall in love with them. It's much better to come to a place like this and appreciate them than to try to make them part of your life, because these are just wild animals.
They can become tolerant and habituated to people, but you should never think that they are tame or domesticated.
Yeah. And so wolves need their own safe place, just like St. Francis, where they can be safely cared for and respected, and we can safely learn about them. Such incredible work.
We now interrupt this programming to remind you to like and subscribe. Now back to the road.
So it's time to head back toward town. Now thus far today, we've skipped right past Conroe's biggest attraction, and it's time to fix that.
The Texas sun looks pretty hot out there, so I think it's time that we head toward the lake ourselves. What do you say?
Let's do it.
All right.
Lake Conroe. It's not really a lake for quiet solace, as just about every inch of shoreline is filled with a marina, restaurant, or home. But it is a lake for fun and recreation. And what better way to see it than by paddling? But not in a kayak or canoe, but a big old boat.
Hey, Chet, welcome to Drift Cycle Boat.
Yes!
Hey, we're just getting ready to take off. Why don't you and your group come on board?
All right. This is a cycle boat. Human-powered propulsion, courtesy of some of my best friends, who I've just met. Because what better way to bond than by working together? This is Captain Jennifer Twinton. So we really paddling this whole thing?
You are paddling this whole thing right now.
Can't say I've ever been on like a self-powered party like this before. This is awesome. I've never seen a boat like this.
Well, actually, it's a brand new concept. Very, very new.
Cool.
This is the only one in Texas.
Awesome. And because of that, she hosts groups of all kinds to do, well, all kinds of things, really.
Most people like to just go out and, pedal a little bit, rest a little bit, eat and drink. A lot of people like to jump off and swim, which we can do.
Oh,
and then if they want to, we can stop at restaurants and
cool.
hit the restaurant.
Almost turn it into a pub crawl.
Almost, yeah. Yeah, when people come on board and they just have a blast. Don't necessarily pedal the whole time, but that's okay. That's okay. They have fun.
This is not a spin class on the water, is it? How fast can this thing get going?
The fastest group that I've gotten on this was almost 5 miles per hour.
I think we can hit 5. What do y'all think? Yeah, let's do it.
Well, better now than in 30 minutes when everyone's legs are shot.
Come on! Faster!
You can do it! You can do it!
What happened?
4.2!
Man, I really thought we had a chance there. Well, what was that other thing she mentioned? Oh, yeah.
Let's go swimming!
Oh! Any day trip where I can get wet is a good one. This is the best part of being on a lake anyway. And a little Texas lake math for you. Water plus sun equals fun. And when we get done swimming, well, luckily this boat does have a motor to take us home. But I think I might want to get back in. I've only seen this on the internet, never in person. This is called flyboarding. Oh, man. Yeah, I want to do that. I think they're doing lessons right over here at the dock.
Look at this guy. You're going to do that?
This is Hydro Rockets and owner Ronnie Feist. It's a local biz helping folks learn a new sport. This looks nuts.
It is. It's a bit nuts and a ton of fun. As long as people have wanted to fly, it's crazy to see something so simple just by using the power of a jet ski to shoot water out from underneath your feet allows us to be able to fly.
Seems so simple, it's dangerous. Is this easy to do?
Yeah, it is. We've had young kids, old people, handicapped people, so, it looks like something would be super crazy. Average person picks it up in about 5 minutes.
Well, let's hope I'm at least average.
I love the feeling of having my feet strapped into something that I can't control. Slamming me repeatedly into something else.
But you can't control.
Hopefully you also can't control.
All right, let's drag the jet ski to open water. Give it a shot.
Here goes nothing.
I did it! It's actually much easier than you might think. Basically, all the jet ski's power and water is diverted up this tube and out of my feet. It's my job to control it by leaning and pointing my toes. There is a small learning curve.
I got a little bit ambitious on that one.
So I've got the basics down. Let's try a dolphin dive. Oh, I don't look quite as cool as they do on the internet. I'm less dolphin, more floppy mullet fish. I might be getting the hang of it. Let's add a barrel roll. Or attempt a barrel roll. Whatever. But overall, how cool is this? I'm flying. I feel like a spaceman. A spaceman with laser powers. Yeah, laser powers.
Chet.
Hey, Daniel. Man, I was pretty good doing that.
You almost died doing that.
What do you mean? No, it's fun. Hi. Like a spaceman.
No. You hit the water like a brick, man.
No, I had glasses. I had a shiny suit.
This is, How many fingers am I holding up?
I see space fingers.
We need to start the protocol. Protocol.
Chet.
You know, I think we should get out of the water for a bit. Good thing is that it's just about dinner time, and I know a place where all the fish are also up on dry ground. All right, so I've learned in all of my days of tripping that if a day on the lake makes you hungry for fish, you don't need to waste your time finding the best fishing guide, because all you really need is to find the best fishing cook. Which is exactly why we're at Vernon's Country Catfish. Because for over 30 years, the Bowers family has been frying up some of the best catfish this side of the Sabine River. And well, on the other side too. This is Vernon's son Buster, who oversees the family business, which has grown from a 10-table operation into a catfish institution of Texas-sized proportions.
Oh man, we're back here in the action.
Yeah, man. And I'm gonna tell you one thing, that these guys can work. They're like a ballet working around here, over each other, around each other, throwing out lots of catfish and lots of just good fried food. We got our seasoned grill over here that we're throwing out all this blackened fish.
Got it.
It's all good.
Got it. So not just your traditional fried catfish.
No, but the catfish is the #1 thing. All right.
Yeah. That famous fish all starts with a family recipe calling for quality Mississippi catfish, which was Vernon's boyhood home. Cornmeal and grease, of course, but also a special secret red dust powder.
Season the fish first. That's the secret. Season the fish first, then roll it in the cornmeal. Don't season the batter because it's going to burn off in the fryer.
Get some secrets.
Now you know. Now you know.
Now I know. But look around, you'll see much more than just fish. There's burgers, chicken fried steak, crawfish etouffee, and it's homemade the hard way. All of it.
We don't cut any corners around here. Yeah, my dad was born and raised in Mississippi, and he brought this type of cooking over here in Texas with them.
Okay, yep. So, there is a way you cook catfish.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter if we're making 6 fillets for our family or 6,000 for the public. You're making this complicated. See, I came in only wanting catfish, and now
I'm
gonna have trouble deciding.
The menu's so big, it takes a week to have everything.
You know, that may be true, but you gotta start somewhere, like catfish bites and fried green tomatoes.
My favorite, I just pour this over everything. This just goes over everything.
We'll do it. Oh, you really serious pour it all over there.
Let's just drown that up.
Okay. Oh, dude, that is excellent. Yes, yes, and yes. It's got to feel pretty cool to run not just a restaurant that's fed a few people, but sort of a staple that's branded in people's minds as Conroe.
We've got a core group of employees and customers that are family. I mean, there's just no doubt about it.
So you guys are doing more than just selling catfish here, huh?
We're putting smiles on people's faces. It's a growing community, lots of new faces, but when they come in here, they see the smiles on the employees' faces and on my family's faces, my mom, my sister, my wife and kids, and they just want to come back and get this family-run atmosphere that we've always had.
Part of the family.
Exactly.
Part of the family. Well, now that I'm part of the family, let's head to the main course. My goodness, this is a lot of food right here. Fried shrimp. I don't know if I have to tell you what these guys are. Oh man, ribbit. That's good. I don't know if there's any wrong way to eat a big platter of catfish. I love good fried catfish. When a place is called Country Catfish, you better hope they nail the catfish. And this right here, some of the best I've ever had in Texas. What a day. Conroe truly is many things to many people, and all of them are true. It's the gateway to the Piney Woods, full of history and adventure. It's an outdoor playground beckoning you to jump on in. And it is a highway town as well, but if you don't take an exit to explore, well then you only have yourself to blame. You know, it doesn't matter how you see Conroe, because you have to agree, it's one amazing day trip. So I'll see all y'all out on the road. Vaya con Dios, amigos. You know, guys. You guys.
I've seen guys. A guy. I know dudes.
You know some dudes, some guys.
Well, I dig the fringe. He could have been backup for the Doors. You know what I mean? Like, and this guy could be at Bonnaroo right now. He's
the original hipsters. Yes.
This is the creepiest store I've ever been in. Man, did you know the back of your dress is completely...
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtop gal.
Why do you do
kiss my wife.
Baby, my heart's on fire. If you abuse me. Y'all remember that? That
Yes,
frog?
I do. Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Honey, you'll lose me.
Howdy, y'all. Follow along with my adventures at Chet Tripper on Instagram and at The Day Tripper TV on Facebook and YouTube. Or head to thedaytripper.com for travel guides, past episodes, and info on our mobile app and Team Day Tripper. This episode was made for y'all with the help of our awesome partners. Check the caption for more info. Howdy, y'all. Chet the Day Tripper here. Thanks so much for tripping with us. Remember, while you're here, like this video, subscribe to our channel so that we can stay out there on the road and keep on tripping. Did we miss anything in this town? Leave us a comment, let us know. We love finding out about new stops with all of your tips. And if you love Epic Texas Day Trips, remember to check our channel. We got a lot of them on there. Also, don't forget, if you want some sweet Day Tripper merch or another cool Texas-made product, come see us in Georgetown at the Day Tripper World Headquarters. You can also shop online if you check the link down there in the caption. All right, y'all. Bye con Dios, amigos.